It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. We're ending, it's funny, we end the week and start a month on the same day.
How do you like that? Wow, so profound of you.
Yes,
I'm
I have
impressed.
a splitting headache from being profound.
You've been working hard back there.
And then you give me lip. You got me all over in this, because I said I need pictures, I need this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to announce that the POS is open for our concert on October 19th. It just has to be published.
Okay.
Which I don't have the authority to do.
We're going to let our executive producer do it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of events happening in October.
A lot of events. And if you buy a bulk
I gave you lip?
Yeah. Yeah, you gave me 2 lips.
I really did, actually.
You did. You're screaming at me like that, but we talked about this. Okay, if you buy a bulk of 10 tickets, you get a discount. Just want you to know there's a coupon on there. But October 19th, we have 2 shows. We have a matinee at 2, and then we have another gig at 7:30 with Johnny T playing Dean Martin and Michael Dutra playing Frank Sinatra.
Wow, you sold that so well. You want to try it again? Take
Sinatra and Martin. This is what I mean. This is the lip I get. I get all the lip. But it's done. Also on there on the site, it's events.amp2.tv. You're going to see the Pink Floyd red carpet deal. You can actually be on True Oldies live with your interview for your company plus some other bits and pieces.
Anyone here like Pink Floyd? I got one back there. I was never a big Pink Floyd fan. My brother would always be doing those extracurricular activities when we were growing up. Listening to The Wall in a dark room.
You can't remember if you like Pink Floyd because you were never sober.
Well, that would be my brother. So that's my only thing I know about Pink Floyd. I don't really know, except now they play the music in here.
Well, you know more than me. I just know the word pink. That's it. And Pink happens to be another singer.
But that Pink Floyd concert's going to be amazing. It's at FAU Auditorium at the K Auditorium, October 7th. It's an entire laser light sound music experience for the event.
He likes that stuff.
We got a pre-show party happening. We've got VIP tickets. We've got sponsorship opportunities. We've got red carpet interviews all available. So check out our site on that. Then October 12th, we've got Bee Gees.
You guys know the Bee Gees?
Cool. You know the Bee Gees?
You like the Bee Gees?
Bee Gees they like, okay.
Oh, the Bee Gees you like? Oh, you don't like Pink Floyd, you like Bee Gees?
So the Bee Gees, October 12th at the Savor Cinema in Fort Lauderdale. We've got 2 shows happening, 6 and 8 o'clock.
You like the Bee Gees? You don't know what the freaking Bee Gees are? What's the matter with you?
He's too young for the Bee Gees.
You know do you know Saturday Night Fever? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
You know John Travolta?
You don't know John Travolta?
We're going to go back to
You know when he did, you know the movie he made that brought his life back?
Night at the Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury?
What is
Saturday
that?
Night Fever? Saturday Night Live.
What?
They did the takeoff on the Night at the Roxbury. You know, they're standing at the bar doing their,
Yeah.
that guy dance with their shirts unbuttoned. And
Who's that?
I think Will Ferrell did it, didn't he? I don't remember who did it. I'm not really good at that.
That's a spoof?
Yes.
Well, you should say that.
So we got the Bee Gees coming to you on October 12th. 2 shows at the Savor Cinema in Fort Lauderdale. Then the 19th at Movies of Del Rey, we've got
Johnny T.
The Many Voices, the legend of Johnny T with Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. That's at 2 o'clock. And then an evening show with Frank Sinatra and Johnny T doing more at 7:30 at Movies of Del Rey. That's on the 19th. And then we've got a special treat. Do we let it out of the bag yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
The end of the month, we got another special treat coming for you at the Movies of Del Rey. So that's really exciting.
Actually, you have 2.
How are we going to get all this done?
I don't know. Ask Josh.
No. Even Josh is like, yeah, I got to share some of the love. And we got a lot of crew going to be working on events.
Well, I got some bad news. I got another. Jelly's coming and say we may have another 4 events.
I know. Anyone like Fleetwood Mac?
I was listening to them on my way today.
You like them?
Sheila, you like Fleetwood Mac?
Yes, I need the
Sheila likes all music.
The tribute band.
likes
Who is the tribute band in Wellington that does Fleetwood Mac?
Catherine Douglas.
Thank you.
Talk it to your mic.
Catherine Douglas. We interviewed her 7, 8 years ago, and I could not remember her name to look in my phone. So I'm looking Fleetwood Mac tribute bands on my phone. No, I'm looking at. I could not find this, and it's called Rumors.
Yes.
And I didn't have it under Rumors. I need to start filing my names like you do, like Catherine Douglas, Fleetwood Mac.
Yes, and she does Crystal Visions Fleetwood Mac. I
That's
think
what it
she's
is.
changed it a couple times throughout.
That's why we lost it.
That's why I couldn't find her, but I'm thinking I gotta,
Crystal Visions.
because I gotta reach back out to her. And you're out in Wellington, so I knew you would know.
Yes.
See, she knows.
Now, do you guys know who Kenny Rogers was?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got Kenny Rogers coming, a tribute to him. Guy looks just like him. I was shocked. I sent you that. I was shocked.
You sent me so much yesterday,
I
but
got
I
Kenny
was
Rogers.
in so much pain.
I got Adele. You
She's
like
laughing.
Adele? You
Yes.
guys like Adele?
Love
You know Adele?
Yeah,
You don't
I
know her either?
No, I know her. Not my favorite type of
Are your
music.
favorite
What's your
Adele?
favorite?
I like country music.
Huh.
No, no, no. Oh, that guy Johnny, what's his face? You know,
Cash?
we knew. No, the kid that we knew when he first started.
Triple C?
No, Johnny, way back, iHeart, go way back.
Who's country?
His father moved you.
Oh, yeah. That was a whole nother
Johnny
thing.
Whateros, whatever his name is, another story. I got Cher. You like Cher? What is it with you? You know, you don't like Cher?
No.
You like Mark Anthony?
Who do you like?
Yes.
Mark
Anthony.
Willie does Mark Anthony. He sang for me on the phone yesterday.
I love when people get on the phone with Freddie and they don't expect him to understand Spanish and they throw out little words and then you know you're in, and then Freddie does what he does, and then it's a whole nother conversation on a whole nother level.
I talked to him in Spanish, and I says, "You don't sound like Mark Anthony." And man, he went, and he broke out into a song. I said, "Holy smokes, Willie is good." And Willie's going to be doing the Bee Gees, but I'm trying to get him next year to do Mark Anthony, maybe in March for my birthday.
And here's the thing, Mark,
Your birthday.
next year is right around the corner, and that's even crazier. But we're here, we're pushing the end of 2023. It's already feeling a little bit cooler. Chelsea's in DC, she says it's in the 60s.
Yes.
So fall is a-coming?
Somebody turned off the heat, because all of a sudden the temperatures have come down.
So it's really
Also,
nice.
J.C. Dreesen is going to be doing an event on
November 10th
November 10th
at the movies
for
of Del Rey
for the veterans.
for our vets.
And we got to get that out because the veterans are lining up where they're going to be. So we're doing 2 shows.
I don't know.
We'll
I
find
know
out.
we're doing 1. I don't know if we're doing 2. Anyway, we got a lot going on here today.
We do, but I'm stalling.
Why?
Because I'm waiting for the guru. of the
No, we
hoop.
can't stall. We got Sheila in the house. You know, they cut up the show on Monday, Sheila. We were talking about lumps and bumps, and then we were talking about your day spa, Beverly Hills Day Spa, and how you can even get rid of lumps and bumps, and how that even came to be. It was like Josh edited it. It was hilarious. We got to send it out to you.
It was a lumpy conversation.
But we have to talk to the ladies. We've got Cyndi and Tina back in their respective seats, I should say.
We like these seats.
It's like they never
We're
moved.
back.
We like these seats.
It's like they never moved.
But I'm excited because we're talking about putting a show together for them. I don't know if it's going to be called What's Next. I'm not sure if we have really solidified a name on
Not
that
yet.
or not.
I heard
gonna
it was
have that
called
in.
Widow's Peak.
That's like right
Freddie.
here.
Where?
You have a widow's peak?
My brother used to.
Did he?
I didn't even know that's what that was called.
Yes.
What you call it, a horn?
I didn't know what it
No, it is a widow. It is a widow's peak.
Isn't
I
that
did
funny?
know
I
that.
wonder like how that name even came to be.
I did know that.
And now I'm
We
looking
need
at
to
you ladies.
research
You don't
that.
have it. I don't know anyone that really has it.
Sheila does.
A widow's peak?
I'm just practicing your name. I gotta I don't know you that name. What do you want me to tell you?
I found that out when I went to get bangs, and they told me, they're like, "No, you have a widow's peak. And
Do
we'll
you?
put it on
See.
you."
You have a widow's
it's like a
peak?
little thing here, yeah. And if and it makes a difference if you have bangs or not.
So no
Do I
bangs
have
for
a
you?
widow's peak?
So no bangs for me.
Do I have one?
I can't. I have no idea. I just went by what someone
We're
told
gonna
me. They're
lie
like,
to
"No
you and
bangs
say you
for
have a big widow's peak.
I don't
Get me a
even
pen.
think-
Get me a marker. I'll put you.
It's like a V in your hairline that you don't have it.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
I
I
have
got
it.
no hair.
I know you don't have it.
Yeah, and
What are you laughing
Vin
at?
kind of has
Mine's
it.
disappearing.
His disappeared.
people are all designed differently. So like she has the widow's peak, and so it means something.
It does mean
Google
something.
it, they'll have an actual definition of
We need to
what
know.
her character is like.
Interesting.
Oh, almost like a palm
Interesting.
reading.
Red, like really red.
Oh, great. Can you imagine what ours says?
Oh, I'd like to see what mine says.
If you're out there and you read The Widow's Peak, we want to know.
We want to know.
It's like reading tea leaves. You never know what you're going to
The
find.
longer the peak, the more
You know how to roll today.
just pointing it out.
So what are you ladies thinking about to create a show? What are some of the topics and things that you think are important to bring forward for people?
Well, The Widow's Peak is one of them.
Yeah, we're definitely going to investigate this.
Yeah, we are. Just sharing our story. Yeah, again, both of us losing our loved ones, our husband for Tina, fiance for me, and really reaching out to that younger crowd and speaking to them about day to day. But it's not all about sadness. We want to laugh and talk about
Be uplifting.
the uplifting ones, stories, and support. We definitely want to support, but that there's life again, life beyond the Widow's Peak. There
Yes.
is.
And the fun and mistakes we made along the way that got us to where we are today.
I was talking to someone yesterday, Louise, who lost a very good friend, but he was her soulmate in another lifetime, and they came together in this lifetime as soulmates, but not romantic soulmates, but really good friends. And she says to me, I'm okay. And it's a very good friend of the students. He passed away about a month ago. And I said, how are you okay? You keep telling me you're okay. And if I were in your situation, heaven forbid, I know I wouldn't be okay. She said, I'm really not. She said, but I feel like I have to tell everyone I'm okay.
When she came in, she was happy. By the time she left, she was twirling her hair, but thank you very much.
Because how can she really be okay? Because they had a relationship. And she said, because I don't think people want to hear me say I'm not okay.
I was just going to say that. I mean, does anybody really want to hear we're having a bad day or
Yeah.
that I didn't get out of bed for 28 hours? No one. So I think as
true.
humans, we just kind of say, I'm okay. Because it's all.
It's
we've been
easier to say.
It's easier to say.
It's easier.
But I looked at her, I'm thinking,
Absolutely.
are you really okay? And she says,
No.
No. She said, but I don't know how not to be okay. I don't know how to tell people I'm really not okay. I said, well, you don't have to be okay with me. You can be okay out there, but in here, just be you.
Well, that's where we found, besides our 31 years of friendship, that's where we found our support, because I'm not always okay. And, I'll just lean on Tina. So that we're just going to be an extension of that, because it's okay if you're not okay. And, vice versa. Don't you think, Tina? Vice versa?
Yeah, it's funny. I read something once that really hit me that one of the worst things you can tell someone when they had loss is, how are you? Because obviously, it's sort of like, how are you doing today? How are you doing, this minute? Because how are you just kind of leads to,
Them answering, I'm okay.
them answering I'm okay, because what's the point of, that's what they expect.
Dredging it all up
They
and down.
say to be nice, and it's like they expect you to be okay. If you open up more, then you're just sort of opening yourself up to more questions or judgment or whatever that is.
I got a
What do you got?
question that the last show we did, somebody asked me, they wrote in, and they said, is it okay not to feel guilty to turn the page? And I thought about that question, which is really deep, because if you turn the page and you feel guilty, you're going to turn the page back.
Yes.
True or false?
True.
And
It
if you
has
don't-
to be your time. It has to be your time, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of guilt. Is it okay if I move on? Is it okay if I fall in love again? Is it okay with who? It took me a long time to know it has to be okay with me
Right.
and no one else. Maybe Tina a little bit.
Well, but the bottom line here is that a significant loss is a significant loss. And loss, like I lost my parents, I lost a lot of friends in September 11th. It was a lot of loss. I had to take care of kids because they lost their fathers, their mothers, and both. There's a lot of loss. Being married to somebody, again, a big loss. But the question I have is, are we turning the page on the loss, or are we turning the page on ourselves? Because aren't we entitled to feel better somehow about ourselves? Not to forget, because you never forget,
Correct.
but to move on and maybe see the bubbly in who you are.
Right. I think you're just turning the page for yourself. That chapter remains part of your story.
Yeah.
And it's funny you said that, and everyone's losses are so different. I'm going to tell this really quick story. My mom's actually watching. She's in Georgia.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mama Vicky.
She's in Georgia, so she's watching. But I remember coming home after losing TJ, and I looked at my mom, and I said, "This has to be the worst thing in the world. This has to be the worst feeling in the world." I've experienced loss of a parent. My dad passed. I experienced loss of my brother when I was younger. I was 12. He was 19 when my brother passed. So now I lost my partner, and I looked at my mom and I said, "This has got to be the worst thing in the world. I can't imagine." And then I stopped and I'm like, "I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry." I said, "You've lost a child. That's got to be worse." And she said, "You know, Cyndi, it's different, but I know what you're feeling. It's somebody that you laugh with. It's somebody that you tell your happy times to. It's someone you cry with, someone you're intimate with. It's your whole world wrapped in one, so it is a different loss." But yeah, it's just turning the page to find a new chapter. And it's okay. There's no, like we talked about, there's no time on it. So that's really what Tina and I want to be, as an extension of support. But what we found is there's a young widows club out there. And it's prevalent, more prevalent than what I thought and knew. I come across people every day. I cross paths and the conversation
In the
happens.
most unexpected ways.
Most unexpected ways.
Unexpected ways.
Yeah.
I was reading something today about friendship, and that the back to being okay, and it's not even just about loss, it's about life. That people don't even tell their friends bad things, because you still tell your friends everything's good, but you guys share a lot. And if
Yes.
you think about your friends, if everyone just thinks about their friends, how many friends do you really have that you would call and say, "Oh my gosh, this horrible thing happened"? Good things, yes, my kids got married.
Yes.
They've got this, they
Right.
made honor roll, right? We tell everyone the good stuff, like social media on steroids. But there's very few people that you would actually pick up a phone and tell them something sad or bad, because we think we're just going to, even our good friends, we're just going to internalize it and it will pass and we'll get through it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I've gotten a lot better with that since Roy died, because I was always that person that everything's okay, everything's wonderful, I'm in control of the world. Even at my lowest, everything was great. And then when I lost him, I had to realize, like, no, it's not okay. And it's okay for me to say how I'm feeling. And hopefully that, I think what I also learned is that the friendship group I want around me are the ones that I can go to and say I'm not having a great day, or I'm not okay, or I'm feeling a certain kind of way. And I feel that's what I've surrounded myself, and I've purposely done that.
Your friends
And
that you
I've
talk to?
lost, and I've, sort of cut off friends that I felt weren't along that same path as me. So that's also been kind of a discovery as well through all of this.
Well, it's funny because when I lost my brother, when he died, we buried him. We had him. What do you call that when you come to see the body?
Awake?
Awake. At the Ortiz Funeral Home, and if you're from the Bronx, you know what the Ortiz Funeral Home is, the biggest in the Bronx. And I set it a small room for like 20 or 30 people. It got so big they had to shut the place down and open up so many rooms. So many people came out to see Harry. Apparently, Harry had his own deal going on when he was growing up, and half the people I knew, the other half I didn't. I think that your friends know how you feel. Those are the ones you call your friends. Other people who don't know how you feel and they want to do something, like, you ever notice everybody brings food over to the house? Like, they don't want you to starve to death, or they don't know how to approach you. A lot of it has to do with how to approach the sadness.
Yeah.
How do you... My mother used to put a curtain over mirrors.
Yeah.
So when one of the kids' father died here, I told Dawn right away, put a curtain over the mirror. And everybody's like, why are you doing that?
See, I thought that was a Jewish thing. I didn't realize it was other religions and cultures.
Well, my mother used to do it because she didn't want to see the sadness in her eyes. So she used to cover the mirror.
Wow.
Interesting.
So
and-
profound.
And the funny thing is that when you have a loss, everybody has a right to mourn in your own way, good, bad, or indifferent. And when you're ready to come out of it, and not to forget, 9/11 was tough. And 9/11's always been tough for me ever since it happened. I shut myself down on 9/11 because I lost a lot of friends.
My mic?
A lot of friends. But the object of the game is that you don't want to feel guilty. You want to turn the page.
Right.
You
Well, I
wanna
think what's
find-
interesting too, Freddie, because I don't know if I brought it up the last time we were here or Cyndi did, but what brings on the guilt is the judgment. the judgment in the beginning of, the questions, are you going to get remarried? Would you have another child? When are you going to date? What that looks like, and you take those feelings internally, and that's where guilt comes in, is like, oh boy, everyone's kind of watching and judging me. And I've had other family members and friends that have lost and are on social media and have seen judgment through that. They go out and have fun with their girlfriends and go dancing one night, and everyone's like, why is she out? She lost her husband. She should be at home mourning. And it's like she's just trying to find her way. So I think that guilt also comes from some of that judgment that we get as well.
I agree. You know what? I just say yes, yes, and more yes.
Yeah.
Because you're entitled to date. You're entitled to live your life. You're entitled to a lot of stuff. Doesn't mean you're going to forget.
Right.
Whoever comes into your life, if they're going to be Mr. or Mrs. Serious, has to understand loss, because it is what it is. And if they don't, then it ain't Mr. or Mrs. Right.
So who's in the house?
Yes, I want to talk about dating.
Yes.
And this whole aspect.
All the way from Naples.
I know.
But we're going to
She
take a
lived in
commercial
here.
break before we go into the dating scene.
Before we do, Daniel Austin from Long Island, how you doing, buddy? Called in. And he says, New York watches the show. I used to tell you, Frankie used
Yes,
to
you
tell me
did.
this. And nobody believes me. Nobody believes.
We believe you.
Not
We
even.
believe you.
Not even.
Say hi to Daniel. Daniel, thanks for watching us, and everyone else in New York and beyond that enjoys the Cafe Show. You can also find our show on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick, so you can always find whatever we're doing here in the studio.
Which is always cooking.
Studio happenings. We're going to take a quick commercial break. More to come. Let's have some fun.
Let's do that.
Let's have like a fun Friday, right? It's Labor Day. Let's get the weekend started. You know what that
You
means?
get the lady of a million names.
I'm going to
over
be putting you in the bar.
there. You want me at the bar?
Yeah.
Me? I have a bar on my back.
Do you?
Yeah. I carry it everywhere I go.
More to come. Stay tuned.
If you're tired of only working for your money and are ready to get your money working for you, then check this out. This is the Transact card, the first of its kind Visa bank card where you double your dollars on every transaction. Transact card provides you with a system for your money finally works for you. The days of underwhelming 1% to 2% cashback are over. Are you ready to welcome in dollar for dollar rewards, doubling your buying power and creating financial momentum? Look, if you've been trying to save your way to wealth and that isn't working out the way you hope, maybe it's time to try spending your way to wealth instead. Learn more at gman.mytzt.com. That is gman.mytzt.com.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? AMP Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties. Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Look at her. She's here all the time now.
She left Amazon.
Did you? Huh?
Where are you working now?
Here. Macy's. What are you doing at Macy's?
Macy's. You know when you walk through Macy's? You walk through Macy's and they go, would you like to smell? And then it's all over you.
You like that smell?
I do. I say only one and put it all over. So
I haven't been to Macy's in so long. I haven't been to the mall in so long. It hasn't stopped me from shopping.
Don't go.
But I haven't been shopping to the mall.
The mall is different when you leave it.
I know, right?
It's like destruction.
I can do
Hurricane
I can do a lot more shopping like this, quicker, more efficiently. That's all I can tell you. I know. What am I going to say? All right. It's a holiday weekend. Dating, going out for dinner. What's the scene?
What I would like to do today is, I want a guru in here to ask leading questions about dating. What to ask, what not to ask, when you should call, when you shouldn't call, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. And I'm going to have some of the guys come out here as well because I can see that there's women are outnumbering the men.
That is true. Yesterday was all men. Today it's most, well, yeah,
G-Man, come on out, and Shorty, come on out. I'm going to put them over there on the table. No, you're not. Get out here. Get out here. Get out here, you chicken little.
Gonna get him in trouble.
We're gonna teach you.
You ain't going to get him in trouble. They're in California. They're sleeping.
You got Josh.
Josh is out here. But I got 1, 2, 3. I want to have 4 to 3 on the guys. 1, 2, 1.
Josh, why you all of a sudden moving like
What do I count as?
A girl.
Oh, I was wondering where you're putting me on that whole
But
situation.
you are entitled to an opinion.
Okay. All right, Lyndon, you ready?
You're going to ask. Well, we're going to talk about dating, the appropriate places, inappropriate places, the right question when you meet somebody. Mister, go over there, please. Mister. Just go over there. Where's Shorty?
In-house musician, I got
you. He's the house musician. He can't speak
Just make
today.
sure you have a mic. Because I see a mic there, and I see a mic over there. Make sure you guys
So what do you
have a mic
think?
at
It's
the table.
Labor Day weekend. Everyone's going out to the beach. They're going.
But
they're
this is what we're
traveling.
going to talk about. Don't take the cat out of the bag. So if you're single, and these are for people that are single and not single, or you just want to meet people. You know, just because you meet somebody doesn't mean you have to have a relationship.
No.
No?
No.
Yes? No? Why are you laughing?
Well, I think we have to ask. It depends on the situation.
I'm just giving him a chance to sit. I'm just stalling what they.
Is that what it is?
Walk away over there. That's it. Okay.
Lynn, is this your busy time of year?
Summer's typically a little
Pull up your
slower.
mic.
Summer's typically a little slower than when
So now
it's
we're
season.
leaving summer.
Right. So people are coming back from vacations and starting to get out there more. I think it depends on the age bracket of what you're going to do on a holiday weekend. Like younger people, I'm sure, you know, not that you can't go boating or to the beach when you're older, but I don't know. I'm single and I'm going to a girlfriend's and with her husband, and we're going to do pool and cook out. So I don't know. I guess I'm boring.
Which is cool. Now, I got to tell you, and don't hold this against me, during a hurricane where it's not devastating, just, you know, some wind came by, maybe a seagull was blown off to the ocean, something simple. And there's somebody in your neighborhood that you would like to meet, you never had a reason to go knock on the door, or is knocking on the door permissible? Or do you go and you get something over to make sure that that person
Well,
has food?
you can walk your dog, and so then you're
What
walking
if you don't have a
by.
dog?
Okay, well,
I gotta go find a dog?
go borrow a dog. Go buy a puppy. That always works. It's
I
a
told my
great
daughter
chick
to do
magnet
that.
if you're a guy.
First of all, you know what the problem is with a dog? The dog right in the middle of
You
a
have to
conversation.
take care of it.
And all of a sudden you're going, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I got a dog with a...
I told Chelsea to do that. I'm like, go walk your dog with your neighbor. If you see them out walking the dog, go out with your neighbor. She's like, Mom.
I think it's appropriate. If you have a crush on a neighbor and a storm blew through, to absolutely walk up to their door and knock and make sure they're okay. They
Why are you
lose
laughing?
power.
Is it funny? Is it true?
Yeah, it's true.
Have people knocked on your
These are
door?
opportunities I never thought of. I like the thinking out of the box.
But this is what I wanted to do today. I wanted to get some thinking out of the box.
When
to
Aaron
see.
was single, his friend had a dog, and he would take the dog to the park at school. They would just sit on a bench, and they would watch all the girls come by. Oh, that baby dog is so cute, and you know, definitely it's a guy thing.
It's funny. I did that with my youngest son.
You put him on the bench in the stroller.
I had him in front of me, or he was sitting next to me on the beach, and everybody says, "Oh, he's so cute." Is this your son? Yes, it is. How you doing? I'm only kidding.
All right, so you go to the
Michelle,
beach,
it's
right?
not true. It's
Everyone's
not
at the beach. They're doing their thing, and can a woman go and approach your guy?
Yeah, why not?
Would a woman approach a guy?
Linda, what do you think?
If you're at the beach,
A pool party?
I think you should approach a guy. Why not? I
You
mean, just
can?
make
It's-
friendly conversation.
it's
Sure.
okay?
Let them know you're interested. You know.
Ladies, would you do that? Would you approach some
I would
guy?
not personally.
You would
wouldn't?
not?
No.
You've never approached a guy in your
Never
life?
in my life. I was raised that the
Oh.
guy approaches you and the guy calls you, or he's not interested.
Oh, so you're old-fashioned?
I am.
Okay.
I
That's
think
how
it
my
has to
dad
do with
raised
your
me.
level of being an introvert extrovert too, a little bit. And then you know you can have a reason to approach him. Like, wow, that's a really neat cooler you have. You know.
She ain't no introvert.
Oh.
Who's Sheila?
She ain't no introvert.
No,
I can't see
sir.
her from over here.
That's just...
Okay, she doesn't look like an introvert.
Sheila,
You're
how
right.
many kids do you have?
I have 7 children.
That's what he told me, and I'm like, no.
Yes.
So I had to make sure
And
that.
she's 28, so do the math.
You have-
And I had them
how,
all myself, no stepchildren.
how old are they?
All the way from 24 years old to 5 years old.
You have a 5-year-old?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
How do you do it all?
You have to.
That's unbelievable. 7 kids. How many boys? How many girls?
4 boys, and then the rest are all girls. 3
4 and
girls.
3.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps you busy. No wonder you do that Barbie thing.
Yeah.
Why?
Because she's got a 5-year-old. Because it makes sense.
I love
lost that
children.
conversation
I
somewhere.
love children.
Because it makes sense.
7 kids.
Are you married?
No, divorced.
So would you ever go approach your guy? No.
No.
Still no.
No. I don't feel it's ladylike.
When it comes up that you've got 7 kids when you're dating someone, how's that go?
Okay. Well, I don't date because I
Okay.
don't feel as if I'm not with the father of my 5-year-old, same father of the 14-year-old, 2 different fathers. So I don't feel as if bringing a step parent into their lives now that is not their parent is appropriate. So I'm not dating until they're 18, till the 5-year-old's 18. I'm going to keep it that way. And I know I have a lot of guys approach me, and unfortunately they got to get in line. But I don't feel it's ladylike to approach a guy I think it's kind of, but that's my opinion.
Has anyone seen the Publix commercial where the little girl, and she's like, oh, everyone, this is my mom and my stepdad, Chris. And it goes through all the stages. Has anyone seen this?
No.
So it's a little girl, she's like 5, and this is my stepdad, Chris, and then they're making something together, and she pours milk, and she's like, Chris. And then it goes through all the way to where she gets married. I'm not going to tell you the end of the commercial, but it's like one of those tear-jerkers. He's like the quintessential stepdad, and he's Chris until she gets married. And then it's like this whole, Publix has a great marketing team is all I can tell you. Have you seen the commercial?
Yes, I have.
Does it make you cry?
No.
I don't know what
Why
to
is it
tell
going to
you.
make me cry?
Because you're a dad.
So what? What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Freddie.
You've got a visitor. You want me to take a commercial break?
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. More to come. Then we're going to ask Linda what it's like on the other side. Is it different for you, Tina, with kids, dating?
It's always different with kids. Yeah, absolutely.
Always. All right, 7 kids. Sheila, that's unbelievable.
I'm lucky.
Yes.
I'm one of the lucky ones.
Wow. Wow. All right, more to come. I don't know how your body even does that. I'm just like amazed.
Thank you.
Incredible. The beauty of women. See that? I digress. Stay tuned. More to come.
Yes, you do.
We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss, as over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Gooden is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created a foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Todo Bello Balloons is a business that was born out of a passion for creating unique and beautiful balloon designs, including balloon bouquets, balloon arches, balloon columns, and more. We specialize in creating unique and beautiful balloon designs that bring your dreams into reality. We believe that balloons have the power to bring people together and create lasting memories and we are honored to be part of that experience. Contact us and we will bring happiness to your celebrations with our balloons.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah, Broadway is back.
Finally. It's been way too long.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Let's catch a musical.
Hey, that's an awesome idea.
How about this one?
Now that one's got a great cast, but the music, I wasn't feeling it.
How about that one?
Now that one's got an amazing choreographer, awesome spectacle, but I don't know, the music just didn't do it for me.
I got it. Rock of Ages.
Now that's a great show, but that lead guy, not so much. You know what? I got a great idea.
As long as you're mine.
All right, we're back.
So I have a new idea. We're going to bring Sheila in as DJ Holly Grove to do our pre-parties for our concerts.
Pre-party for the concerts, okay.
This way I don't give out $30,000 worth of cruises. I may only
You
give
gave out $15,000.
I may only give out $10,000.
No, you gave out $15,000, and you are not allowed to touch.
Which is why I'm
prizes.
going to bring in DJ Holly Grove now to give out the
Oh,
prizes.
so now
That's
Sheila's
right.
DJ Holly Grove?
During
The
commercial
woman-
break, she's DJ Holly Grove.
converted?
On the show, she's Sheila from the Beverly Hills Day
changed
Spa.
her.
Let me tell you, but now
How many
I
names
understand.
you got? You're like Sybil.
Look, when you're a DJ, you normally don't go by your name. You normally pick something really cool, something that's catchy. So I went with DJ Holly Grove because it was both of those things. And so my birth name is Sheila, but that is my DJ name. And because I run a day spa, obviously I give my real name out to clientele.
I have to tell you a funny story about your day spa. I keep getting notifications. Your review of the Beverly Hills Day Spa, 5 stars, at least twice a week. I'm not the Beverly Hills Day Spa. I didn't write a review. But it's all under AMP. So AMP must be writing reviews for the Beverly Hills Day Spa.
All the time.
So I keep getting notified. Your review, but I didn't who's the Beverly Hills Day Spa? Now I know who it is. So you're writing reviews all the time for her.
I don't know what I'm writing.
He made one review for me like a long time ago. It
Well,
must just
apparently
be
it's getting,
popular.
now it's popular.
I've written others.
I just got one yesterday. Your review for the Beverly Hills Day Spa has 5 stars.
I wrote one for lumpiness.
And it was under Black Amp, so I know it was you.
And they got over 4,500 hits. It goes to show you, if you do something nutso.
What did you write about the
If you want to get your lumps out, go see the Beverly Hills Day Spa.
We do much more than that.
It's just a catchphrase.
Look at her skin. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Well, you know, this is like a woman thing because you're allowed to call her by all these other names. I was restricted calling her Sheila. I don't get this. Anyway, so let's move on to
the dating scene.
The dating scene, because you digress all over the
I was
freaking
just
place.
saving time for you. I was keeping your seat warm is what I was doing.
And she continues. Okay, so I would like to hear, Linda, what is the most famous one-liner you ever heard?
From a client?
And don't use the line about when you
I
wake
think
up in
mine
the
was the
morning.
most famous
No, don't do
one-liner.
that. Don't do that.
I've changed it though. It's now his penis belongs to me. And that's
Instead
on the
of your.
t-shirt. Because then she can wear it to the beach when she's with her new guy so that everybody knows. I guess you had to watch the show
His
before.
penis
Everyone's
belongs to
probably
me.
like, what is she talking about? But
You wake up in the morning, that's the first thing Linda tells her significant other.
yes. And you want to mean it. You want to be with the person.
Well, you want to mean
You want to
it.
be with the guy, if you're a woman, be with the guy who, when you wake up in the morning, you look them in the eyes and tell them that they're the sexiest man alive and you're so glad that his penis belongs to you.
I love that you said that because I'm like, wow, that's like an
I will never
amazing
live that
feeling
down.
to actually look at your partner and say that, think that, all of those
So when you
things.
go home, you say, hey, Chucky, baby. Hey, Chucky, baby, I got a line for you. Oh, his socks are going to go poof. They're going to fly right off.
I don't know. Between the implant and the temporary mouth guard I've got at the moment, I'm rotating between ice packs and heat packs.
Very sexy.
And you're sending me
He's
video.
gonna say, that's okay, lady. Get out of the way.
Did you sleep with ice
Just
or the
stand
heat
over
pack
there.
last
John,
night?
how long have you been married?
Oh, tell us.
33?
Congratulations.
It's going to be 34 this year. 1989, 34 years this year.
Yeah.
Mouth guard and all.
Now I got a new mouth guard because the old mouth guard can't touch the freaking implant. So
It's like Chuck says, I always wanted to marry a hockey player.
this one is just, it's a whole scene. I can't even tell you.
But I want to hear, what is your number one pickup line? You've asked guys out on dates, right?
Pickup line.
You have to have one.
I don't actually
I heard he said
ask
to Vince,
guys on dates. I was saying just knock at your neighbor's door and say, hi, are you okay?
Have you
That's
ever
different than
asked-
asking out on a date, right, Sheila?
That is different, but I didn't hear neighbor's door.
The neighbor's door. Now you hear a neighbor's door. What do you think you're knocking on?
well, I heard her say to Vince, so what's your story? I'm like, that could be a good pickup line. It's just like direct and straight to the point.
Well, that is a good line. And Vince responds.
I don't even know.
Puts you right on the spot.
Since when do women have pickup lines?
Oh, women nowadays?
What's your best pickup line?
I just say hello.
That's it?
He says hello.
Very
Wow.
original. That's good.
How much?
Right to
What
the
else
point.
does he have to say? He's
Right to-
6'1". He goes to the
He's an
gym.
intimidating
All he has
factor.
to-
I'm either getting mugged or I'm gonna answer
You know,
this
he's
guy.
got to choose his words carefully because he's a big guy.
It's
I
funny.
think a
Yeah.
general compliment can be a good conversation starter. You know, oh, like, hey, Vin, I really like those glasses, you know, or Eddie, I love that hat. And just, you know, open the door
But
up.
guys have to be careful because
Without really flirting. But
because that's the problem. So you say, oh, lady, you know, I love the way your hair looks today, and who are you?
So yesterday, someone was in the studio, and he's having this. I'm having this whole long conversation with this person. He says to me, "God has gifted you with the gift of beauty, right?" Lovely compliment.
Yes.
So we have this whole long conversation. At the end of it, he says to me, "You know, I tell women this all the time. Every woman." God has gifted you with the gift of beauty. I'm like, wow. It was almost like you had me at hello.
Yeah.
And then
he says that to everybody.
That was it.
You didn't respond.
He's 89. What am I going to respond?
It's
right?
taking you First of all, if
He's 89.
I always say, it's taking you 89 years to get this stupid.
At that point, I was like,
A
it
slow
was
burn.
it
89
was
years
a
of
good line.
stupidity.
It
That's a
wasn't.
lot.
It was a good line until it wasn't.
You know what it was? Is it worked for him once, and then he
89 years ago.
So he kept going with it.
Like he had me during the whole conversation. I'm like, wow, okay, maybe he is. I asked you what you thought. You gave me a whole rundown. Not so much.
89 years of age, he gets a pass.
He got a pass, right?
He gets a pass. I would say, okay, whatever. I can't hear anything you say anyway. 'Cause
So that was a nice compliment,
Well, and
right?
because of the way my system is set up, the pickup line is already, we've gone past it.
Right.
Because I'm matching them at the venue, at the restaurant. They've pre-approved the client. They've seen some profile photos. They've read, we've gone through the profile. And so they want to meet each other. So they don't have to worry about the pickup line.
But you still have to have an opening line. I mean, you meet somebody for the first time. What do you
Hello.
say?
Yeah, I have, actually, I should have
Like
brought
a
it. I
bike
have a
plate?
list of 25 questions to get to know someone. And so they could be anything from, they're very unique questions, not your typical, what do you do for work, how long have you been single kind of stuff, where do you live stuff. It's more like, if you were at a dinner party, who's someone you would love to meet, and then you say, oh, if it could be anyone from history, and then the other person says, oh, I'd love to met, George Washington or whatever.
Well,
it just
those are
starts sort
good.
of a different,
But don't you?
I don't have it
okay, I
memorized.
want to talk to Josh and the guys. I don't know. The guys
They
hiding
left.
him. Do you think that when you ask
That's
these
a good
questions,
question, though.
It's size. Yeah, but then the guy feels like you're getting sized up. No, like if you were to ask a question and the woman sort of looks at you sideways, she's sizing you up, and what is it with this guy?
Well, it's different because Linda's doing the matchmaking, so they already know what they really look like, what their financials really look like, what their family dynamics look like.
All of that?
All of that goes
That's
into
revealed?
A lot of everything that's not confidential is revealed. Like the exact
Financial
net
stuff?
worth isn't
Right.
revealed.
Like
your
what
last
kind of
name's
car
not
you drive?
revealed. If I know the car, it's part of the background check because I do know their license plate. But typically they're not going to be like, well, you get the occasional gal that's like, what kind of car does he drive? And sometimes I know and I don't know, or I say I don't know.
Do they meet at the location, or do they have any interaction
Typically
before
they
the
meet
date?
at the location. So
Do they talk before they meet?
Not typically, but it depends. If it's a little bit of a long distance, anything over about 100 miles, then I will let them talk if they know how to talk. I just had a client blow up a long distance. They were in several states away from each other, and I did let them exchange contact numbers before one of them gets on a plane and flies to the other one. And he pretty much blew it up. She texted me and said, do not give him my email address.
Really?
But he's a brand new client, so he needs a little coaching.
So what did he do that just blew it up?
He got too intense too fast as
I
far
want
as...
to marry you. I desire
Well, I don't know
you.
if it was like that, but
I
more
want to
like
save you.
he's a very analytical type, and so he wanted to email her like this list of, this is just intense stuff, about who he is and what he's looking for. And she wanted to just have a lighthearted, fun conversation. So every personality is different,
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
There was a
I love
time in my
secrets.
life I used to meet people, and I used to fly to different states to meet them.
I have another client that does that. He will do the
But
whole
isn't there
online
something
thing.
wrong with me? I mean, I was single.
Why was that a bad thing?
Well, you're probably romantic at heart, and you love being in love or love being
Have
in
you
a
watched 90 Day
relationship.
Fiance? They fly across the world to meet each other.
No, they get flown.
Oh,
Well, there's that too. If I have
I
a
had
really
to
high,
fly.
I've had high-end clients where I will pay to fly the person here. That just
But
happened
who,
in February.
Who in their right mind does that.
Why
Like
not?
I flew to New Rochelle, I flew to South Carolina, I flew to Florida.
One of the two parties usually, they have to be willing to relocate. I mean, you know that ahead of time too. Are they
I didn't
willing
want to
to
relocate. I just want to go meet them.
Wow.
How did you meet him?
Say hello.
How did you meet him, Freddie?
On left or right. You know,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
swinging.
So you swiped and then you still
You
flew?
were swiping.
Yeah.
I would never pick up and fly somewhere without maybe talking to him on the
But
phone
this is
and
what
doing
I'm talking about.
FaceTime
Linda.
and
There's
no.
something psychologically wrong with me.
Linda, did you go on the date with them?
I have gone on some dates. I just went on a date Wednesday with two of the clients. One was.
You would have flown if you had hooked me up with somebody. You would have flown with me.
I don't know that I
South
would
Carolina.
do that. Probably not.
You're braver than me.
How'd the date turn out on Wednesday?
He liked her more than she liked him, and so they're just going to be friends.
Do you ever sit there and go, "Oh, I wish they didn't say that," or you
Yes,
could say more of that?
Yes, I do. I do that. I did it Wednesday. I sort of
cringed.
Interrupted
that
his
cringe.
conversation, but it went well. They're just meant to be friends.
But if you meet somebody, right, whether you're using Linda's deal or whatever, you meet this somebody, would you fly to another state to meet them? Would you fly, or would you have them fly to meet you? Would you do it?
It depends how much money you have.
It does depend on resources. That would make it. That would come into
let's say
play.
you can
If
afford a
money
ticket.
wasn't the issue, you could afford the ticket. Would you go, or would you fly them to you?
Well, the easiest is to have somebody come to you.
True that.
But as
a
Holly
woman,
says,
I would not be
the
flying
more
to go meet
chivalrous
someone.
way.
I'm pretty old-fashioned. I think the guy should come
I
to the
agree.
girl on the first meeting. But
You think the guy should go to the
As a
girl?
woman, I wouldn't. No.
Tina?
Listen, when I was swiping, I just kept down to Broward or Dade. I just didn't date Palm Beach County.
Yeah, but sometimes people
I just-
relocate. They don't change
Yeah.
the address.
Yeah,
yada,
no,
yada, yada.
I wouldn't. I would drive meet halfway. Yeah, no, I'm not flying.
yeah, halfway is very popular too. Like if I have a Naples client, a Sarasota's client, they'll meet in Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda.
Yeah,
something
no,
that.
like I'm not going to put any effort. He's going to do all the flying, and
He's
all
coming
the
to meet you.
traveling.
and
Oh yeah.
Take it. Now, would you ever go on a dating site?
I have been on dating sites. Have I ever went on a date with any of them? No.
So you just go
Did
on
I
there
just
'cause
did
you're
it for
curious?
fun to see what was there, just for fun.
You got a phone call?
I got off of it
What?
rather quickly.
What?
Your phone. They need your phone. They need your phone.
You need my phone?
It's interesting.
What's your one-liner, Mr. G-Man? Now that you're out here.
I don't say anything.
Him, he's taken.
I look at them.
Look, he's flying to California to be with her.
Yeah.
There you go.
What Dawn said.
He's flying. He's doing the guy thing, and then he's driving, and then he's flying back.
That's the
Oh,
way
you
you
must really
should
like
be.
her.
Good job.
Good. Good. See.
Oh, good
That's the
answer.
way-
Ding,
see?
ding, ding.
That's because she's watching.
Now the man does the work. He wants it.
I once had a guy fly me out to visit him.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about that story?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you brought it up. No, I don't have a number, if that's what you're looking for.
I didn't end
you
up
brought
with
it
him,
up.
but
You
it
went to
was-
Chicago.
Yeah,
And what happened?
nothing.
How did that last?
I didn't.
It's funny because the ones I went out to see didn't last either.
It
I
didn't.
had met one lady at the airport, and she said, "No, this ain't gonna work," and she made me get back on the plane.
But his financials look good to go back
soon as you
out,
got
to go
there.
there.
Huh?
As soon as you got there?
Yeah. And she was
That's a little
6'2". I tell you about this
Holy
girl.
moly.
6'2", and I was all of 5'10". And she said, She said, "How you doing down there?" I said, "Wow." And then I gotta tell you, I ended up dating this girl for almost 3 years. She bought me a little step-up, a little wooden box that we kept in a little bag.
Cindy's dying. She's like,
And
what?
everywhere
Oh my
we
gosh.
went, I had this little bag with me.
With a box.
In the box. It was a little
you could
step-up,
see.
little stool, like a little pice of wood. So that if I stood on that, I was the same height.
You
as
like
her.
that?
That's true. You really took
Yeah.
it like on vacation with you.
I took it everywhere.
Well, you
I went to a restaurant.
you must
I
have a
gotta
lot
tell
of confidence to date a woman that much taller.
The taller the better. I didn't care. I gotta tell you something. I had a great time because she's so tall, blonde. She was gorgeous. She was a model.
Right.
And I used to go to the restaurants, and you see all the guys go, "Whoa," and all you hear is "Whoa" and "Wow." I said, "That's right. That's with me, baby."
You like that?
She was I gotta tell you, she was a real nice person. It was the height thing. And she said, hey, you gotta go back. I said, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. If we don't date, you're gonna take me around and watch. And this is in South Carolina.
I am fascinated by the way Linda does the matchmaking. So you don't talk to them ahead of time. It's like a blind date.
For the first meet?
And then Linda's there.
For the first time. How does that work?
But it's not a blind date because both clients have become my friend, so I know both of them. I do allow them to see photos, 2 or 3 photos, and I go through the profile with them to discuss their key life values and their hobbies and interests and morals, and everything from religion to politics can be discussed. So they feel like they kind of know each other a little bit.
Do you ask what they're looking for?
Well, yeah, of course.
Is that like always 100% accurate?
No, sometimes people don't even know what they're looking for. They think they're looking for this thing, and it's really, they should be looking for something else.
I think people on a whole don't know what they're looking for.
I don't think people even understand the question.
You guys know what you're looking for? If you're looking?
It takes some time.
You do?
Probably by now they do. It's been some years.
You know what you want?
Do I know
what
I
you want? What you want?
For today.
Well,
Do looks matter as much now as it did when you were younger?
Oh, it's very different now. Because, you take all those experiences in life and...
Have you changed?
Where you're at. Oh, it's changed. Absolutely.
Have you changed?
Have I changed? Yes. We're always changing.
So now you're dating with purpose and focus.
Right.
Which is what we should all do.
Yeah.
With a goal. And
Tina, you too?
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. That definitely different. I know I'm much calmer, and
pretty calm.
and I think easier to get along with. So it works for me, my relationship. So it's a good thing.
Well, Sheila, if you were to date now differently than it looked for your first group of kids, first set of kids to now?
Yes, the person would be different completely. Yes.
I think it's just different what we look for as we age, right? Circumstances.
Especially with Sheila having younger one. You do have to be very selective on whom you're going to bring into to the blended family to be a stepfather. I don't know if her biological father's around. Is she, open to a stepfather? I mean, all those things are going to have to be, come into play and be discussed.
Do you know, I used to tell my sons, if you're ever going to date a divorced lady or somebody that has children, love the kids.
Absolutely.
Forget about the girl. The girl is secondary. You make it all about the kids to the point that she's going to say to you, yo, what are you doing? What about me? And if you do that, you're always a winner because your kids will control that house. I don't care who she is.
Yeah.
Right? Because a mom is a mom. There's always going to be a mom. And if you can't get past the kids or they don't like you, you got your work cut out for you.
You could be like a coach for guys in the dating
Freddie's
world.
tips.
But
right?
you
could be like a great dating coach.
True story.
It's very true.
I was going to write a book. In Florida, I got divorced in Florida. And I says, I'm going to write a book about dating. So I joined every site, every Plenty of Fish, every guppy out there, every left, right swing. You name it, I did it. And I was writing a book about how people who get divorced feel. And what they do, all the mistakes that they do over and over and over. And you meet the same person. I mean, I could tell you stories. I could tell you stories about people.
The statistics for second divorces is actually higher than a first.
I joined that club too.
To your point.
Been divorced twice. And if I get married again, I'll probably get divorced a third time. Because I just don't understand.
Well, you have to learn from our mistakes.
I don't understand relationships. Because on Monday, you ain't the same person on Tuesday. Forget about Wednesday. Thursday, you're entering the twilight zone.
Not even the same day.
By the time the weekend comes, you're like, I'm sorry, do I know you? And then Monday starts all over again.
I wake up one way. By the time I get home, I'm like, don't talk to me. You can do the laundry. I'm like, ice pack, heat pack, mouth guard.
When you're in pain, you change by the hour.
That's what I'm saying.
True
Between
story.
pain and menopause, forget it.
I thought menopause was pain.
Well,
and what you ladies forget
That too.
is that when you're going through menopause and you're in uncomfortable positions and situations, the guy's the guy that suffers. You don't suffer, you're in pain. Pain, you cut yourself, okay, ouch. A guy, we get scars.
I think Chuck is scared.
Of course. We get scars because it's like when Michelle gave birth, she created insults I never heard of in my life.
Which is amazing. Sheila has 7. She did this, and they're all single.
Natural? They're all
of them
natural?
single.
They're not
No twins.
No twins, no triplets.
Sheila is a trip. If this is one of the reasons I've known her forever.
7.
Because Sheila is like a different person every time I meet her.
So she had 6 when I met you.
No, she had 4 when I first met her, right?
I had 5 when I met you.
The first time?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Well, Sheila had a show with us at the radio station.
Her picture just came up on my Time Hoppy the other
No,
day.
that was an interview with Les. I knew her before Les.
Oh, really?
I knew her before Les. I knew her before Les came along.
But I think it changes, and I love all their questions. So, Vin, if you could, what was the first question? If you could have dinner with anyone you wanted, who would it be?
Dinner with anybody?
Anybody.
Hero, celebrity.
Well, who do you want to
A
meet?
relative that's
Dead or
passed
alive,
away.
right?
Who do you want to meet?
Wrong code, Freddie.
You know, I don't know what to tell you guys. Who do you want to meet? But this ain't the proper time to do that, fellas. Who would you like to meet?
Who would I meet?
Who would you like to meet?
Andrew Tate.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right now.
Andrew Tate.
Who's Andrew,
Who's Andrew Tate?
Who's Andrew Tate?
No, he's just an interesting business.
He's like
person.
a podcast guy, and
That's
Keny,
what somebody
okay?
like right now. But no.
I don't think it's me. Oh, yeah, no, it's water.
Now, the interesting thing is if a guy gives you an answer.
That you don't know?
No, a guy gives you an answer, the woman sizes you up.
it just sized me up. I mean, I wouldn't date you. I'm not an Andrew Tate fan.
There you go.
I just want to have a conversation.
What did they tell you? What did they tell you?
I don't know. I can't say that for sure.
What
I mean,
did they-
obviously, you're way too young.
What did
but
they tell you? Jesus.
That would have been. I was sitting here going, well, if they asked me, I'm thinking I probably would have said Jesus.
Jesus,
So yeah,
right?
because
you
who
have
doesn't
to
want to
give
meet Jesus Christ?
But
I
you
mean,
got to give an answer that you feel you're getting sized up.
Right.
But this is the whole dating thing.
You
gotta
don't want it to
answer
feel
knowing-
like a job interview, but at the same time,
It's
you want to get to
worse.
know each other. You want to disclose, self-disclose. The more I disclose to him, he's going to disclose to me about himself. So it's being vulnerable, letting your walls down, being honest is what you should do. Always be honest.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you a better one, Linda. Do you wear the same socks?
No.
In other words, you wear 2 socks, right?
Yeah.
Both of them match?
If they're the same size, then
No,
it
the
doesn't
same.
matter.
Do you wear socks that match? In other words, here's one and here's the other, or do you wear 2 different
Yours
socks?
match?
I prefer to wear socks that match. Yeah.
Prefer.
Prefer.
I was asked this question on a date, and I had 2 different pair of socks on. Now, why would I do that? Why would a guy have 2 different socks on?
Maybe for luck.
Unorganized.
Maybe to get noticed.
That's my first thought is unorganized.
I
And
love
just
Sierra
grab. They're
Reader's
both
unorganized.
shades of white.
It's to get noticed. And she noticed. She says, okay, let me ask. Because she knew right away, because we had talked a little. She says, let me know, why are you wearing 2 different sets of socks? And that was my icebreaker.
That's
and
good.
it worked.
It worked, yeah. If it works.
There are not many guys that would actually give that much thought to the whole process.
I was writing a book, Dawn.
I think you just put so much thought into it.
I told you I went on a blind date. I told you this story, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but I went on a blind date as a blind guy.
Yeah, that wasn't so nice.
You pretended to be blind?
Yeah.
It's a blind date, my man. What am I going to do?
God.
Pretend to see?
I hope this was way back.
Oh,
way
no, this
back
is
in
way,
the
this
day.
is back
okay.
in my college days.
How long did
In my
that
college
last
days.
throughout the date?
I left the restaurant. She was horrible. She
Oh.
kept talking behind my back. She kept going like this to me, and she's talking behind my back. And
She thought you were deaf too. She kept talking behind
No,
your back.
she just thought that, she just thought that I wasn't alive, and she was doing, and the real her came out. And that's the reason I did it.
They say-
Something must have told you to do that, though.
My
to
cousins.
Discover her.
My cousins. If I were to tell you my childhood, you would laugh.
A New Yorker one-liner, a man to a woman. How you doing?
How
That's
you
from
doing?
Charlotte. How you doing?
How you doing? That's
from Charlotte.
That's from Friends.
How you doing?
Remember Friends when you used the one-liner? But I did that whole setup to see,
wow.
because they told me that the girl wasn't good. And so I made believe to see so I told her I'm going to the bathroom. I had a stick and everything, a blind stick.
Wow.
And I
Wow,
went
you
right
went all out.
I went right out the restaurant, tell you about it, I got to go.
It's kind of offensive, sorry.
It wasn't offensive. You should have seen what she was doing.
What was she doing?
Oh, God, she was writing notes about what a creep I was.
didn't-
How could I do this and do that?
Imagine if you filmed that.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, that'd be so
I'm even
funny.
embarrassed to say that, but this is some of the crazy stuff that I did as a young a young man, as they say.
So I'm like fascinated. So she sits and you cringe and go, oh my God. Do you ever go out for dinner with Linda and you just go, I can't believe she just said that? Like I go out for dinner with Chuck. I'm like, what did you just say?
I would never. I take the fifth.
So imagine, so like, what
I
did you
take the
just
fifth,
say?
the sixth, and the seventh.
But imagine doing this on a date and Linda's there and she matches you guys up and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. But maybe you said it another way. Maybe what you really meant to say was, you do all of that?
I'll correct him gently during it. He really meant probably more like this, you know. Yeah, I just did that Wednesday.
You correct people?
I don't know if correct is the right word, but you know,
creator.
gentle suggestions of, yeah.
I
Sometimes
know-
they need help. There's a reason they're single.
I know women. I know women that when you're having a conversation will contradict everything you say. Like a UFO sighting. I had a UFO. No, he doesn't have UFO. He makes things up. I'm sorry.
Did you see there's a new site that you can log into that has all the UFO sightings?
Dawn, it wasn't.
Really?
Well, no, I heard. No, really.
This is the Mets talking.
And right now, the only thing on there are the government things that people have seen, but they're going to open it like a Wikipedia, so everyone can upload their sightings for others to see.
No, the funniest thing is that they got the people from the White House are aliens.
I haven't seen that one, but I mean, it's going to be like everyone can upload their own things. I don't even know what this site is. I think they're just doing it to appease people.
Okay.
We'll go back to that. Okay, that was my commercial break. You want to take a commercial break?
I don't know if I want to, because every time we come back, you're in another planet.
I got to go take more of my stuff. Take a commercial break? More on dating?
I think we'll leave with the question, how do guys find dates? Because I want to bring the guys out here. I want to know where they go fishing.
A lot of the guys here, though, are dating, so you got to find someone who's not.
No, it doesn't mean, you know, just because you're dating doesn't mean you're dead.
We can ask Ramin, we can ask Kennedy, you can ask Shorty.
Ask them all.
Antonio.
Ask them
Those
all.
are the inquiring minds.
You know what? Let's make it real simple. Go get a piece of paper. Go get a piece of paper. Tell them, write it down. That way we don't know. Right.
What are we asking? What's the question?
Where do you go to find the opposite?
Where do you go to find a date?
Yeah.
All right, where do you go to find a date? Let us
we'll
know.
read them.
888-994-4995, Studio A. Where do you go? They say the grocery store is one of the most popular places.
The grocery store?
You know, like when you go grocery shopping?
Oh, you mean like Publix?
Yes, the grocery store.
Yeah, I've seen that on TV.
More to come.
It don't work.
We'll be right back.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently, and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 855-348-5925. That's 855-348-5925. Again, 855-348-5925.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to stephaniejaffeart.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought. You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Josh.
Is Josh's answer on there too?
No, it isn't. Josh, get a mic, because I'm going to ask you. No, you didn't. Get a mic.
They didn't write it down?
No, they didn't write yours down.
This is Dating 101 according to our crew.
All right, A wrote IG.
You know what IG is?
No, what is IG?
Instagram.
So I guess you meet people on Instagram and send them a message to date them.
I guess so.
Linda, survey says?
I have been DM'd on Facebook and Instagram. So they will just randomly send you a message like, hey, I saw your profile, you have a beautiful smile, or hi, how are you today? And then I swipe to archive immediately.
You get them all the time
because I don't know this person.
No.
How are you?
No, I don't get that. Those are bots. What I'm talking about is if I ask
They could be, some of
somebody
them.
to come on the show, right? You guys are giving people bad name because I asked somebody, hey, how are you, Cyndi? I see your profile. I see what you do, yada, yada, yada. Would you like to be a guest on the Brooklyn Cafe TV show? That's all I say. And everybody thinks I'm a creeperella.
Then you say, let me
But I
let
can
you
see
talk to
why.
my partner. Yes.
Let me talk to my partner.
That's what. Then the next step is let me get you in touch with my partner.
I do maybe 50 of those a day. I'm gonna call you and say, okay, here's 50. You're gonna go through all of them.
You get hi, sweetie. You're sexy. Love your hat.
I don't get that.
If I got that, I'd be like, oh no.
No, I never get that. I wish. I haven't gotten a hi, sweetie in 60 years. So that isn't true.
What else you got?
Zach, dating apps. Thank you, Zach, for being so specific. But a dating app. I go dating app. Plenty of Fish app. Hit that. Ramin, dating app / school. Does that mean you go to school and say, who here is on a dating app?
She said exactly. Wait, this
is
her,
that what you do?
She goes exactly 100%. So this is her words in her.
You hear this?
Yes, but look, she shakes her head no. She goes
Survey
exactly
says,
100%.
Isn't that good approach? Go to school and say who has a dating app?
School. Wait a minute. You need to go to school to see who has the dating
She's in school.
So you can meet people through college, through dorms or the functions. Yeah, that's a possibility. When you're young, you know. I mean, there's a lot of places you can meet. Church. Have you tried church? We call that cruising the pews.
Cruising
no,
the pews.
You don't want to cruise the pews because what happens is
I don't think church is always the best place.
Guys are going to want to save you. If you're a girl, I want to save you.
Well, here's what we do at Temple.
Jesus Christ. What?
What we do at Temple. The moms look around and they go, look who just came
that's what the moms do.
for
Absolutely.
The holidays.
That ain't Temple.
So you got to show up at Temple so that their moms can get together and decide who should be together.
It's right? It's a Jewish mom.
It's a Jewish thing.
He's kind of cute. Didn't you go to high school with him? And look what he's doing. He's looking nice. What's he doing now?
When I grew up, people used to think I was Jewish. I got a girl for you, my niece. I'm like,
that's what the holidays are coming up. That's exactly it.
There's nothing better than to be able to pick your son or daughter's spouse. And I am fortunate. Out of my 3, I got to pick one. They're getting married in January.
Now check it out. Kennedy says food places. She goes to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
So you're going to sit in Chick-fil-A for how many hours?
G-Man's shaking his head yes.
And G-Man sits next.
For her.
She goes, I see yours. I love you. I love you. You're the man. You're the only honest guy in the whole room. So you go to Chick-fil-A. Do you go to McDonald's or no? That's a step down.
Just Chick-fil-A.
Just Chick-fil-A.
Crumble cookies. Starbucks.
I've been to Crumble.
You go to Crumble? Did you say Crumble or Tumble?
Crumble cookies.
Change my daughter's favorite cookies.
So you sit there and you meet somebody and says, hey, you want to share?
What's your favorite cookie?
You want to share a cookie?
No.
You could though. That's a good idea though.
It's a great line.
What's your favorite cookie? I like that.
Do you want a bite of my cookie?
Oh my God.
No, that doesn't sound good. Josh, what's yours, Josh? Where do you meet people?
I don't.
What about the gym for a guy? A lot of guys think they can meet a girl at the gym.
Josh comes to work
when you're working out and you're all sweaty, do you really want to start a conversation? Did you meet her there? Good for you. It can happen. It can happen.
Now that's G-Man, and G-Man writes strip clubs.
Oh, not a good place to meet.
What's wrong with the strip club?
Nothing's wrong with the strip club.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing wrong.
They got unlimited food.
Oh, wait a minute. Strip
If
clubs?
she becomes a former stripper, it's okay.
Strip clubs don't have a cover? You get in for free into strip clubs? You get in free?
Most of them. Yeah. Well,
really?
We have friends that work bar, security, whatever. So.
Or you guys get on the down?
Yeah.
So far, like the Chick-fil-A crumble cookie approach.
How can we say strip clubs and Crumble in us?
Freddie said tumble, so I don't even know.
I thought I heard tumble.
What else you got?
And Casey and Antonio have DM direct message. I don't know what that means. Antonio direct message. I don't know what that means.
Vin, what's it mean?
You text them on.
But where do you meet them? Like Facebook is a DM? Yeah. You can't. First of all, you got to be friends to send a message.
Not always. It depends on how you have it set up. Most people have it set up where you don't.
Wow, really?
You got the weirder people to make a fake account.
Yeah.
And women,
a lot of that.
And women answer you back on social media?
I actually have a good friend of mine that got married that way.
Of course.
Wow.
Mac.
Have you ever dated anybody on direct message?
No.
Never, right?
No.
You ever dated anybody from a bar?
You have a girl that I'm dating, yeah.
But she's up north, so it's a long distance right now. So
what
he
happens
was telling me about it on the break.
If they're not in the city, you're not really dating them, right? If they're not around you?
Sure you are.
How you figure?
She might be watching, so he has to be careful.
So G-Man's girl is in San Francisco. Is he still dating?
No, he's dating her. He can't date anyone
is he
else.
dating? Why? She's not here. He's dating a ghost.
It's called trust.
Yes.
Trust.
You have to have a conversation about if you're exclusive or not exclusive. If it's you're allowed to date others or not allowed. And you both need to agree on it.
Do you know I had one of those one
trust?
time in my life? No,
Trust.
a distance dating.
Is that what this is?
That's what this is.
I'm like trust.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's the worst time of my life. It's going in the book. 3 years.
Long distance relationship for 3 years?
It's tough.
That's
It's the
tough.
worst thing I have ever done in my life. Because then I found out the garbage. I found out the truth. And here I am being a saint for 3 years. From my hand to God's ear. And it did not
She
work.
wasn't faithful.
She wasn't.
Yeah.
So you know what I say to this? No! How you doing? Just being real.
I do have to ask. Corey just came in. Rizzler's in the house, so we got to ask
Corey!
Corey.
Where
there
do you
he is.
where do you go? Where do you Ginger? You are just wicked, man.
I missed
Where do
it.
you
What'd
go
you
to
say?
meet
Oh,
the
Ginger's
opposite
meat.
sex?
Well, where do I personally go?
You personally.
Yeah, we're talking to you.
Life.
Life. No, where do you go? You go to a library, you go to a bar, where do you
I
go?
definitely don't go to a library.
All right, where do you go?
I don't know, you just... You...
Give me one, Corey.
Josh's house. He's dying.
You go
over
to
there.
Josh's house?
You don't go to...
You go
You can go on on like a dating app and find
Okay, dating app. All right. He's in the dating app.
No, he's just giving you an answer.
He doesn't know what to do.
I know, he's rolling on the
He
floor
turned
over there, so
around.
I kind of need to know.
And look at these
Inquiring
two
minds
over
want to
there.
know. They all know, we
I want
don't
to ask the
know.
ladies, where have you visited? Where have you ladies visited?
I tried the dating apps. It wasn't for me. So now I just through friends. That's how I've met.
You get hooked up with
Through,
people?
through friends, yeah.
Does that work?
It's worked.
It's worked. Okay.
Yeah.
Tina, how did you
At this
meet someone that you're talking to?
I have no social media and I've never been on a dating app. So mine, very simple. Believe it or not, it's kind of cliche at a bar.
What was?
You don't hear much of that.
Who
but-
went to who? Did you go to him first, or he come to you?
Actually, we were just really good friends. It started as really great friends, and he's he's probably my very best friend, and we're sort of navigating all this together to figure it out. He's he's in a long-term relationship that didn't work out, and I was going through what I was going through after losing Roy. So yeah, it was an odd place to meet someone, but we've created a really nice friendship out of it.
There you go. Where'd you meet your lady?
Through a friend.
Oh, you got hooked up with a friend. I think the friend thing is always the best way.
Because then you feel, both people feel more comfortable. That's kind of like...
Well, no,
I
you
feel
can
like
scream
the
at your
more,
friend when it don't work out.
I was going to say, when it doesn't work out, it's like a divorce. Who gets the friend?
Well, that's the other problem. Who gets the friend?
Who gets the friend?
Yeah.
Holly, DJ, Sherry, whatever your name
Sheila.
is. Sheila.
It's DJ Barbie.
Where do you go, where do you go to meet your friends?
She has kids.
Yeah, but you got a business. So you don't have a business and guys come in and say, hey, how you doing? Can I take you to dinner?
And I say, I'm busy in life. I run 2 businesses that I own, and I have a child, 2 of them that are full-time.
All right, so you just went right down into the old toilet.
She's got a 5-year-old.
There you go. All right, that's cool.
Can you imagine having a 5-year-old? It would be like your grandkids.
No, I can't even imagine that. I
And
can't
a
even think about that.
14-year-old, and
I'm
one
sorry,
in puberty
my
at the
cells
same
don't even
time.
go there.
And one in 14 going through puberty. So you got a 5-year-old and a 14-year-old, and
And the rest are at least old enough to live on their own, but
They're always with mom.
no. You know, you got kindergarten, you got parties, and Halloween, all kinds of things going on.
That's another thing I wanted to ask Linda. Halloween is coming up, so you get invited to these parties, right? And on Halloween, sometimes you dress up, sometimes you don't. But when you get invited to like a Halloween party, that is the nicest place to meet somebody, because you find out their personalities.
It could be, I guess. Yeah, because you find out what they picked to disguise themselves as. Yeah.
Unless they're in a bear costume. Then it makes it a little more difficult to see what's
Or
under
they
there.
come dressed as the mummy.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
and
ever seen
can't
the
see 'em.
toilet paper around the face with
Yeah.
the glasses and all this?
Stay away from
You
those.
stay away from those?
Oh, yeah. They can't show what they look like. Yeah, I don't want to know.
Or she comes dressed as Dracula, like a vampirist.
Or she comes barely dressed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good
there's
one.
Yeah, but guys like that.
That's
I
a
know
good
they
one.
like that, but
She comes as a Playboy bunny.
The nurses
You
and
see,
the
those are I love
schoolgirls.
bunnies. Those are good.
But social events, networking events can be an option, an avenue for meeting someone new,
What's another good question?
I mean, obviously, I think matchmaking, private matchmaker is a great place to meet someone new.
agree.
But
I know what I was going to ask. So you show your clients pictures, photos.
I do.
Are they photos that the client takes themselves? Do you take the photos? Or
It's
they
both. It's a combination. I always meet everyone in person, even if I sign them up through Zoom because there was a distance. But I always take my own. Sometimes I send them to professional photographers, depending on the level of membership, and then sometimes they send them in to me. But since I've met them in person, I can judge on whether or not I'm going to use that as a profile. Is it accurate? Is it 10 years old? Like you get online where
That's
you
what I
show
mean.
up to a date and the picture was 10 years old.
Or it's all filtered.
So I don't, filtered. And I will be honest, if I've had a client for a number of years in my database and then I ran into them recently and I'm going to match them, I mean, I'll say, to the gentleman or the woman, that picture's a few years old, just to give them a heads up. But then I also have clients who they just love me, so they trust me, so they're like, they don't even ask me for a picture. That'll happen too sometimes. They just ready for another
Is a
referral.
picture that important when you meet somebody? Is it like the...
I don't think it should be as important as people make it. I think we should look at people first with our ears, because if you're not compatible and don't, have things that your genuine connection that way, it doesn't matter how beautiful someone is or, how eye candy, there's.
But everybody goes to eye candy first.
It's because it's not going to work in the long run. If you're, and my clients are supposed to be looking for a long-term committed relationship or marriage.
I think when you're younger, you look for eye candy.
When you're older, it doesn't matter because everything's falling apart.
You still need to be attracted to them.
You need to be attracted to them, but it's not the first thing I would think, because it's more about what's in your heart, in your soul, your life experiences, how you connect. Right, you need to be attracted. And yes, his penis can still belong to you, but it's not like, oh my God, I'm going to drool. It's the whole package. I think it changes as we get older.
Those endorphins can fade, and you might have chemistry with your neighbor who's married, or your pastor at church, but that's not. You shouldn't start anything with them. It doesn't matter how attracted or how much chemistry you have. It's not going to go anywhere.
Well, that's what happens with those apps. You're programmed to look at the photo and see
I
if you're
know.
attracted
And you
to it.
prejudge.
And
you'd be
prejudge,
surprised at how
and
much
you swipe
chemistry you might have
for
when you're actually in the
no
same room
reason.
with someone. And
I
you've
mean-
judged them and already said, no, swipe left or whatever the direction is. And passed up something really, really good that could have been really good. So I think people need to be really open-minded. Unless you just absolutely are repulsed by a photo. If it's like a little bit borderline, like I wouldn't normally maybe date that type, but I think people need to be a little more open because the chemistry can come,
So I had one photo fool me. Can I tell you the story?
Yeah.
And I just.
What happened?
Talk about it. I just wasn't expecting. It's not. I'm not laughing at the situation. I promise you. I just wasn't prepared when I went to this restaurant to meet someone when I was doing the dating apps, and the guy was in a wheelchair. I mean, it just. I was in shock because the photos didn't show any of that.
Right. That's kind of deceitful, technically.
It was very deceitful.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost. I'm not even going to go into details.
Yeah.
That's not why it didn't work out. I just felt like it was. It never came up in a conversation. I didn't know who I was looking for. It was just the most uncomfortable situation that I felt like he put me into.
But let me ask, is it okay to ask questions? I mean, you say, okay, are you in a wheelchair? Are you blind or this and that? Is it okay to ask that?
Disabilities, when you have disabilities. I mean, I have taken clients with disabilities before, and I disclose it, for the most part. I mean, depending on the disability, actually. I shouldn't say I disclose it. And some of my clients want to know more ahead of time than others. Others only want to know some basic stuff. And others want to know really details, like how long were they married before, how long have they been divorced? Just really detailed stuff.
Do you get into the details like what's their relationship with their ex-wife or ex-husband?
Well, I do want to make sure there's no drama there, especially like in Sheila's case where, what if you were going to start dating and he would be a great stepfather. He knows what he's getting into with the 7 kids. But maybe his ex-wife is a lunatic and, his kids have
We've heard those stories,
issues.
right?
So I do know the backstories.
But I feel bad because you dated this lunatic. You were in a relationship with this lunatic. This is one of the things that worries me about me.
But people grow and evolve and they change and they
But what's wrong with me?
That you find lunatics?
I know a lot of lunatics. And it seems like they follow me around. You never had a situation
Be
where
more selective.
You meet one, you meet another, and
Yes.
the lunacy is like common ground. It's like
Who's right? Who's the common denominator in the situation?
Apparently me. 'Cause I keep
You're a
picking
magnet for the
picking.
crazy, Freddie.
Huh?
Magnet for the crazy.
Is that? I mean, is
There's
that
no
a thing?
perfect relationship,
Or
you know.
Freddie turns them crazy.
I've been accused of that too.
I was just gonna say.
But I gotta tell you, I gotta take the fifth on that. Because if you just sit there and you watch people, they sort of unravel in front of you. You're like, how do I get out of here fast enough?
Yeah, he looks at me. You can't get out of here fast enough. I know.
I would tell you, it's fun. I mean, it's just part of the.
Well, Dawn must have a little cray-cray in her too, because she's your work wife. So
Oh my gosh. He just looks at me when I'm in the back yelling at him, and he goes, "What's that look for?" I said, "Because you have me so out of my comfort zone," and he doesn't say anything.
He does that,
He
doesn't he? I
just
can
looks at me.
I was just gonna
He says nothing. He's like, "What? What do you want me to do?"
Well, I was going to ask Linda, how do you know somebody? You got to take them out of their comfort zone. Because they're comfortable, They're sitting back. They barely eat. I love
Right.
women at the beginning. Oh, I only want a French fry for dinner.
Not us.
And
We
then,
are eating.
and then after you get to know them, they eat $500 worth of food. I gotta get out of this relationship. I can't afford it. So when you meet somebody, I like to put them out of their comfort level because I want to see how they're gonna work on the stress. I do it to them all the time.
Yeah,
True?
I'm sure they're aware of it too. I think it's a balance. You want to show up and be yourself, but put your best foot forward too, right? You don't want to come in sloppy clothing or, you probably don't want to eat chicken wings on a first date. I don't know. I'm just saying, things
That's
like
another
that.
thing. Would you eat with your hands on a first date? Would you eat that chicken?
Yes.
Would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course you.
You have to be real.
But with a woman,
You
but
should be
women
real.
do
You
it.
should be yourself.
But
If
when
you want
you-
chicken wings, order the chicken wings.
Listen, I know some people in here that take a knife and a fork to a chicken wing. I ain't gonna say nothing. Just gonna look at the party and whistle.
Or a piece of New York
Or pizza, and I peel it apart. Yeah.
No, a knife and a fork with a pizza. I'm from
I
New
don't do
York.
that.
That's
I peel it.
sacrilegious.
I know.
Well,
That's why I said it.
There are some first date foods that you should not eat.
Don't even order it.
Yeah, just don't.
We
like,
give those tips.
Just don't.
Like
Like
what?
corn on
Like
the
what?
cob. We're not eating ribs.
Corn on the cob.
Corn
You
on
don't
the
eat?
cob might be a
Ribs,
good
Not
one.
on a
chicken
first
wings.
date.
Why? And then you have the sauce on your
They're
face and you
kinda
look at both of
messy.
the clown.
Yeah,
I
no.
love
No, no,
that.
no.
But
No,
that's
no.
so real.
No, no, no.
No good?
No, no.
Let me wipe your cheek.
No, no, no. No, no.
No?
No, no,
Why?
no.
Kenny Love, what would you eat or not eat on a first date?
So we eat everything and anything. I would grab it with my hands.
I can't.
And we just said to each other, we would say, love you, love you, love you. I think we're going on our first date.
I was going to say, I think they may be dating soon.
And I pull it up with my hands. I'd let it fall out of my mouth, all over my face. And then she gets to know me.
Well,
She
that's
knows
not
who
even
that is.
knowing you. That's just.
I don't have to put on an act. I
That's
want to be
good.
me.
I gotta tell you, I agree with you. I eat to enjoy food. And if I'm wearing it in my ears, just take it off. It's for later. I mean, I don't care. I'm at a stage right now, it makes no difference to me anymore. Either you take me or you don't.
Sheila, would you eat anything on a first date?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tina's like, no.
Cyndi,
Well,
would you
just
eat
because
anything
I
on first
have,
date?
Yes,
I have,
No, I'm selective.
I have experience with this. When I was very young, I went out, I was working at the Boynton Mall and I met this guy and I went on a date with him to Applebee's, and he ate chicken wings. And it has traumatized me. That's where this is coming from.
Put away the wings.
The chicken wing guy. I wouldn't even be able to tell you his name, but I'll never forget those chicken wings.
We're going to
I'm
Applebee's.
just-
You going to
I don't want anything
Applebee's?
stuck in my
Applebee's.
teeth.
I don't know. You
Wings
never
and-
know. I think
wings
we may.
and corn.
I think they may go on a date.
We're going to feed each other chicken wings so we get it
Wings
all
and
over each other's
Oh,
face.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, Linda,
love them.
Does
So
it size
romantic.
up? Does it size up the
We
person?
love each other. This is the best.
Hold
Love
on.
it.
Does it size up the person that they do this naturally? Is it too much? Is there such a thing as being too loose?
You know, I try to match personalities based on that. And then when you say loose, like, I don't know what's your definition
Well, let me give you another one.
of loose for sure.
Some guys like to give compliments to the waiters or the waitresses and stuff, and some people think that that's flirtatious. So should you do that on a date, first date?
Well, not
It
if
Depends
you're
on what the
Look at this.
compliment is. I mean, if it's just one general
this, yeah.
compliment,
I can't.
it depends. That all just depends. Quite frankly, they're getting cozy down there.
So we just made a date.
Something happened. He's got flowers.
We're going to Applebee's,
Order
and
lots of wings.
We are going to both eat
Yep.
chicken wings
Beautiful.
and feed each other.
I love
Tina and I are
it.
Let
sitting
it
over here
drip
together.
down our face.
But
I
there's
love
one
it.
issue. There's one
I'm
issue.
telling you.
So glad I
Love
won't
you,
be
love
there to
you,
witness
love you,
it.
love you, love you,
Beautiful.
love
It's
you.
lovely.
For those of you,
She's
for those of
such
you
a
that
sweetheart.
that
Oh
is-
my
that
God,
is
I just
Kenny Love. He's on.
I
He has a
have
show.
heard of
Extra
him.
ranch.
Kenny Love has a show right after us.
She goes, I've heard of you. She lives in Naples and she's heard of you.
I think on Facebook. I think I'm in your group on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely.
We may
I
have
love you.
talked
What's
on the
your name?
phone. Linda Goldfisher.
Sure.
I think we have
Sure.
talked on the phone.
Sure.
Linda, if you know Linda Love, all I do is spread love all over. I
Yes.
call it Love Book.
Yeah.
They kind
I
of look good
love it.
together, those two.
Beautiful.
And you're
Love
much
you,
better
love you.
looking in
Can you imagine?
person than on the Facebook thing.
Yes. Love
Hey,
you,
listen.
love you, Linda.
Kenny, the show is ending. I got to ask you. The Movies of Del Rey has a love movie coming out. It's what's love got to do with it or how it's like
His
a,
face.
like
He's
a,
in
there's a
love.
movie, and they want you to do what you're going to be doing today on your show up there.
Definitely.
wow.
You got it. I love it.
But they want a rose on every chair. There's some things I want to go. You're willing to do it? I
Of
can tell them
course.
yes.
Of course.
Okay.
To
It's
just-
not on a Friday.
Look, to spread the love, anything.
Okay. I told him that you would
I
do it,
love
but
it.
I wanted to ask you before.
So I just want to say, just for the Florida Love Show, we're going to be spreading September love. It's September 1st. So September love all over the world today. So get ready for September love.
Ooh, I love
Starting
it.
now. Look, we already started September love.
You started it off
Yeah.
already.
With chicken wings. So, hey.
Josh, you should maybe go and film the date.
Tina's chagrin.
So
Kenny
beautiful.
and Sheila are going on a date to Applebee's.
Yeah,
Yes.
film it. We're going to feed each other chicken wings and let it drip.
Oh, I love it.
And let it
I
drip.
love it. Lots of napkins.
Or we said
Hopefully
G-Man.
they
I don't
haven't
know.
run out of napkins
Look at
at
this
the
someone with a
Applebee's.
camera.
Somebody
no
put a
napkins.
bib on that man.
No napkins.
No napkins.
Okay.
We're talking about being ourselves.
Yeah, like using your
Pass out
hands.
dental floss.
Using your hands.
That's my thing.
Using your hands.
Using your hands.
your
Romantic.
feet, your hands.
Wow.
Everything.
Your feet.
Okay.
That man
Everything.
eats corn on the cob with his
Everything.
feet, baby.
Dancing.
Wow.
Sauce.
We'll be spreading sauce.
Tina's like, wow.
Wow. Tina,
Wow.
you didn't expect to hear
No,
this.
I didn't expect that. I just
This is the other side of
still
dating.
traumatized.
This is Friday with Florida Love.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, you ready to wrap this up?
Yes.
Linda,
Help
people
me,
for
help
your
me, please.
matchmaking services, how do they find you?
You can go to prestigematchmakingpros.com, or you can go to my prestigesinglesmeet.com, or you can call my vanity number. It's 1-800-ROMANTIC.
1-800-ROMANTIC.
Ooh, I like that.
1-800-ROMANTIC. And feel the love.
And
So
you can.
Tina, I love you so much, by the way. I want you to know.
That's so nice.
I love
Thank
you so much. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
More to come at 3 o'clock with the Florida Love Show with Kenny
beautiful.
Love. And I want to know all about the date, Sheila, how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm so
Keep us
excited to hear about
posted.
these wings. I really am. I
footage.
can't. I want to witness.
Don't say that. Don't say
I want
that.
to witness the beauty of it.
They'll go to your house and show you the pictures.
We'll be in the booth. Yeah, we'll be in the booth.
Nearby.
We'll be in a booth nearby.
Ladies, thank you for joining us. To everyone, thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
so
us.
much.
Have a happy and safe holiday weekend. Please don't drink and drive. Get a DD, get an Uber. Love your family. And tell the person next to you you love them, because as Kenny says, life is short. And we'll see you Tuesday, 9 a.m. drive time. Have a great weekend.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.